Alright, first things first, I am going to be using the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Face Primer Matte. Now, I used to love this primer way back. I haven't used it for a while, so I don't know exactly if I'm going to like it compared to when I did a long time ago. So we're going to find out today. And I put too much. This is what it looks like. It just looks like a lotion, basically. That is way too much. You don't need that much. Actually, I'm going to take some off because I don't need that much. So I'm just going to go ahead and massage it in my face. And I have already moisturized, so. But yeah, I don't like the smell of it, though. It does have a smell, just a slight smell, but nothing too major. So yeah, let me see. Bring my mirror a little bit closer so I could see. I usually use my camera to see, but sometimes I need a mirror to see a little bit closer. So yeah, I'm gonna let's see. I'm gonna get a mirror, close-up mirror, to see what it looks like up close. And it did mattify my face, and my pores. I don't see as much, so far so good. Sorry, I was looking because I heard people outside. Oops. I'm just gonna leave it there. Now the next thing I want to try out is this Huda Beauty, what is this called? Faux Filter High Coverage Cream Foundation. I have mine in the shade Macaroon 230 Neutral. And it just looks like this. Now, I haven't tried out the stick foundation. I really don't like stick foundations, but I have heard really good things about it. Maybe if I finish this and a couple other foundations, maybe I'll try that foundations. I just have way too much foundation right now at the moment. I don't want to buy another one. So I remember really liking this foundation. It is very full coverage from what I could remember and matte. My face has been getting more towards the drier side, so I'm a little nervous to try that out, but we will see. I'm going to go in first with the F80 Air Flat Kabuki brush by Sigma. It just looks like this, and then I'll blend it out with the sponge if I need to, but I'm going to go ahead and use this brush first. I usually don't like to pump on my hand, but we'll go ahead and do it that way. And of course, there's the helicopter or airplane. Sorry about that. And so yeah, it just looks like that. That's probably going to be a good shade for me. Shoot. I kind of need a mirror to see now, huh? Gosh darn it. I'll just go ahead and I'll get my hourglass little palette here. So I'm going to go ahead and just use the brush to pick up the foundation. Ooh, I might have put too much on one side. I'll go ahead and I'll blend it out right now though. I forgot how many pumps I did, but we're just gonna have to roll with it. So yeah, so it is very full coverage still. And it does have a fragrance. This one is stronger than the primer that I just put on. So if you're allergic to fragrance, you might not like this foundation because this is pretty strong. So yeah, so basically got one full side of my face. I'll go ahead and go in with some more. This is why I don't like putting it on my hand, because I feel like my hand absorbs the product. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe just do like this. Ooh. I feel like that's like too much, but It is a thicker foundation. Now I'm getting it in my hair. It's okay. All right, foundation is on. It took me a while to put that on. I had to actually go in with the sponge afterwards. But yeah, so this is super, super full coverage. Like, I don't know if you're going to be able to tell, but it's really, really full coverage. So far, so good. It's not too cakey, but I'll have to see towards the end of the day how it looks, or as I wear the foundation more, how it looks. But yeah, so far so good. So far the two products I'm liking still. I do like how it is full coverage, the foundation, so that's an A+. So yeah, so let's go ahead and move into primer. So the primer that, I mean, not the primer, concealer. The concealer that I pulled out was the Flower Beauty Light Illusion Full Coverage Concealer, and it just looks like this. I remember really, really loving this concealer. I pulled it out because not only do I love it, but it is getting older, so I need to use it up. But we're going to go ahead and see if I still like it. I might have to go in with another concealer because this one might be a little bit too dark, but we will see. No, that's fine. It looks good. It looks dark in the cap, but... And I'm going to go ahead and just lay this on. Hopefully it is good in coverage, like it says, like high end, I mean not high end, full coverage, because I have bags for days. I'm just so tired. Like I mentioned in the beginning, I have been dealing with really bad anxiety and insomnia, and last night was just not a good night for me. I basically got zero sleep until this, like early this morning. I was able to take a little nap, but yeah, just dealing with some personal stuff, and so it's been hard lately, but anyways. So if I look a little tired, that's why. And I wanted to film today because I just don't want to have a bunch of declutter videos on my channel. I wanted to give you guys some kind of content. Let me know in the comments down below. I want to do a video of my subscribers' holy grails. So leave me your holy grails down in the comments, as well as products that you guys do not like. I want to test out products that you guys don't like to see if I don't like them either, like one of those types of videos. But yeah, so those two things, leave them down in the comments. Your holy grails and products you do not like that people rave about. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to take my sponge and blend this out. I'm trying to see what side I want, because just like that. So yeah, so it is covering pretty nicely. Sorry, I have a bad habit of putting the mirror like too close to my face. It's just something I do. This isn't blending out as creamy and smooth as I remembered it. It's taken me a little bit longer to blend, but that's okay. It's a good thing I used my sponge instead of a brush, because then we would have been here for 5,000 years blending this out. So yeah, so it looks like this so far. So I'm noticing it is starting to look a little bit too cakey in my forehead area. I'm gonna try to, you're not gonna be able to see that, but it's starting to look just a little bit heavy right there. Then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take my my airbrush blurring concealer brush from Ulta. It just looks like this, and I'm gonna go ahead and get these inner corners. Couldn't really get it with the brush. Okay, just like that. Guys, I am so hungry. I'm like hungry and I need a coffee. I think after this I'm gonna head over to Starbucks and get a coffee because I need it. Even though it's a little later in the day, probably shouldn't have it because I need some sleep, but I'll figure it out. Okay, so it looks nice and blended out. Doesn't look cakey underneath the eyes. Jesus, I look super tired. I'm sorry. Ay. Okay, so we've done that. Now for powder, I'm gonna use another Huda product. This is the Easy Bake Loose Baking and Setting Powder. I have mine in the shade Pound Cake. This has a ton of product. Like, it doesn't even look like I've used anything, but this is like my second favorite powder. This is actually what I was using before I got into the Too Faced Peach Perfect powder. This was my favorite. So I have used it a lot, but it doesn't look like it because there's so much product in here. But we're gonna go ahead and use this today. And then what I'm gonna do is, let me show you. It does make a mess, so just be warned about it. But it does come with this little cap thing. Keep it because it's gonna protect the powder because the powder does get messy. It does have like a little net inside of it. I did poke a hole in it just because I felt like the product wasn't coming out a lot, but I did poke a hole in it, so that's probably why it's a little bit more messier than usual. But just be warned, keep that little protector because if not, this is going to be a mess for you. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead one more time with my sponge, and I'm going to just run it underneath my eyes to make sure that the concealer is not creasing. Because if you don't do this and you go ahead and go on with powder and your eyes are creased, they're gonna stay like that and it's gonna look really ugly. So just be warned. But I really have a lot of fine lines underneath my eyes, so it's just something as I got older I've been getting. But go ahead and look up while you're doing this, so that way there's not so much wrinkles or lines. Just set it like that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and set the rest of my face with it. Yeah, no matter what I do, I have the lines underneath my eyes. I try to, when I put on eyeshadow, I try to do the smoke it out like on the bottom, so that way you can't really see the lines, but that kind of helps me out. Oh my goodness, I am so hungry, you guys. If you guys can hear my stomach grumbling, I'm sorry. So yeah, so just do this. Don't forget the bottom right here. So I am looking very, very matte right now. But I don't hate it. It actually looks really good. So I will be able to wear this for a couple hours. What time is it right now? It is 3:41, so I'm gonna try to at least wear it until like 10, 11, around there. So I will leave like an update for you either in the description box or somewhere here just to let you know. And so I'm just going over it, my face, with the damp sponge, so that way if there's any powder sitting on top of my face, it will melt in with it will melt into the skin. But yeah, so far wow, that looks really, really good. Like, I'm really impressed. I need to use this powder more and the foundation, but just a little bit less than what I was using. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna get a wipe real quick just because I feel like I have a lot of product in my fingers. Let me know if you guys want me to do like Q&A, maybe like a little get to know me type video. I've been interested in doing one, but I have a hard time opening up and talking about personal stuff and about me. So, but I've just been thinking maybe I should do it. But let me know in the comments if you guys would like to know a little bit more about me, and maybe I could do that video for you guys. Okay, so, and then don't forget to put the cap back on the powder because, like I said, it will be a mess. I almost took out the Too Faced one that you guys know I love, but I know you guys would probably be sick of me. You guys are probably already sick of me using it, so I thought we'll just skip that for today. Now for bronzer, I did talk about this in my declutter, in my bronzing and blush declutter, which is already up, but I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette. Looks like this. It's in the shade Caramel Toffee. I used to love this bronzer. This bronzer is like one of the first bronzers that I ever bought when I got into makeup, and this is like the second one that I've gone through, believe it or not, or the third maybe, and I haven't used it in a really long time, so I want to try it out to see if I still like it like I did before. The same thing with the primer. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. This was one of the first primers that I ever used when I first got into makeup. So, but yeah, so this is what it looks like. A very light hand with this because it is very pigmented. I am going to use my Refer 05 brush. I love this brush for bronzer so much. It's my favorite brush. I did buy it in a set. I don't know if the set is still available for sale. I got 5 brushes, I think, for like less than $90. That's really good. And this is real hair, so real goat, I think. I'm not 100% sure, but so I went ahead and tapped it, and then I usually start right here because, like I said, this is pigmented, and I kind of forgot how pigmented this is. Oh, okay, not too bad. I wonder if this is getting bad because I thought it was going to be more pigmented than it is. Oh yeah. Oops, I'm going to blend that out, don't worry. Usually I'll get my bronzer and I'll put it like all over my cheek, but I've noticed that I'm not really liking that look, so I'm gonna make this face expression that everybody likes to make and just focus it there, and then I'll blend it out right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and just tap my brush into it. And now it is very, I don't know if you could tell all the powder going everywhere, but it is very powdery. Yeah, you could tell right there. So just beware. Tap off the excess. Uh-oh. Like I said, we'll blend it out right now. A dual fiber brush is going to be your best friend. I have like 5 of these in my collection, not the same one, but every time I do my bronzer and when I used to do contour, even with blush, even when just with any of my powder products, I like to go in with a dual fiber brush and just blend everything out. It makes it look so much better and so much seamless. Seamless, is that a word? Seamless there? I don't know. I'm tired, you guys. Yeah, so I'm not going to, actually I am. I was gonna say I'm not gonna contour my nose, but I'm gonna just do a little. That was way too much on. Okay. And then I'm not gonna get any additional product. I'm just gonna get whatever's left and run it along my jaw and bronze my neck. Yeah, that looks good. Okay, then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my dual fiber brush and just start blending this out. And you see that looks a little bit better. Oh, there goes my stomach. And then if you need to, what you could do is get your sponge or whatever you're using and just run it along the edges so that way there's no harsh lines. And if you've gone like too much down on your forehead, you could take some of that product off. If you've gone too much down right here on your cheekbones, just go like this. Okay, I like that. I like that a lot. Then what I'm gonna do is I am going to, I'm gonna get this brush. It's from Profusion. It came in a set that I got a really long time ago from Marshall. It just looks like that. It's just a flat brush, and I'm gonna lightly tap it into the bronzer, take out the excess, and just lightly contour my nose. Okay. I swear, cars. If it's not an airplane, it's a car that's revving their engine. So again, just go ahead and blend out that nose contour with your dual fiber brush. I see girls when they do their bronzers, their blush, contour, anything, and they just put it on and don't blend it out. It's like, really? Blend that shit out. So like I said, the dual fiber brush is going to be your best friend for this. Now I like a lot of bronzers, so for me this is good. For some it might not be ideal, but I do like a good bronzer. And then I'm just going to lightly tap my nose contour with my sponge, so that way we don't have any harsh lines. I just want a soft contour. You can see it. Oh, I am really loving this look so far, guys. Okay, so I do like this bronzer from Wet n Wild. So if you guys are a beginner in makeup and you want to try out some affordable makeup, I highly suggest Wet n Wild. Wet n Wild, the bronzer, the primer, these are like my OG favorites, so highly recommend. Now for blush, I wanted to try, well not try, but I wanted to pull out my Milani blush powder in the shade Blossom Time Rose number 11. Just looks like this. It does have a sheen to it. Oh, that's pretty. So yeah, so I wanted to try this one out, and I'm gonna go ahead and take my Refer 04 brush. This is another brush that came in that set with the number 5. Just looks like this. This picks up a lot of products, so be very light-handed, especially if you have this brush. Just tap it a few times in the product and then tap off the excess. And then I like to start from maybe like halfway, not my apples just yet, because I want most of the product in the back. So what I do is I go ahead and smile. Okay, and see what I mean? It picks up a lot of product. And then I'm just going to go ahead and get the dual fiber brush and blend it out a little bit. This is really pretty. I like it. Okay. Again, just pounce it into the blush. Tap. Ooh. Caught it. Tap off the excess. And do the other side. Gosh, I hope you cannot hear my boyfriend. He's in the other room taking a nap. I called him so that way wake him up just in case. But yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get some more and just blend it out a little bit like this. And then I'm going to get my dual fiber brush and I'm going to blend it out. Just like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and, with no additional product on the brush, I'm going to go ahead and just put a little bit on the tip of my nose. Just like that. And then blend. Sorry if I keep on looking this way. I have a window over here on this side and we're like right by the street, so. Okay, that looks good. I am loving the way my face looks right now. Like, everything looks so good. From the foundation to the bronzer to the powder, everything is looking good. I'm really loving that. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do before I put on highlighter, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with setting spray. Now, the one that I'm going to use is the Morphe Continuous Setting Spray. It's in the black packaging. Do not get the one that is in the white packaging. That is the mattifying one. That one I do not like it. I had to get it twice because every time, hold on. Ooh, try not to lose my mirror again. Every time I would get it, the white one, it like didn't spray. The product would get stuck in the nozzle, and I think because that product was a little bit too thick, so I was just like, after the second one, I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm just gonna return it and get my monies back or get something else because it was just not worth it. I had kept on having to get another one because it was not spraying anymore, and I only used it like once. That's it. I swear I only used it once and I had to return it, so I prefer the black one. So I have two. I don't know which has more. I'm just trying to use up whatever I have in my collection right now, but yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and spray my face. That smells good. And then I'm going to take a look at it, make sure that there's no dots, because sometimes setting sprays leave little specks on my face, little watermarks, and I don't like that. But this one does not do it at all. It's a very fine mist, which I love. Let me show you guys. Like, you see that? Like, oh, I just love it. So After that dries down a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead. I've been really loving this brush for highlight. It's the Real Techniques 402 setting brush. Now I use this brush not only for highlighter, but I also use it to set my under eyes. Like I could have used this to set my under eyes, but I think I've been using it for highlighter, so I don't want to get highlighter in my under eyes. But this is very good for multi-use. Like I said, for setting your powder, for highlight. So I use it for both. You could even do some quick eyeshadow if you wanted to, but yeah. So the highlighter that I'm going to use today is from Makeup Revolution. It is the Face Quad in the shade Incandescent, and just looks like this. It's the lighter one. They have two different shades. They have the lighter one and they have a darker one. But yeah, it just looks like this. I did get mine at Ulta a long time ago, and now I have been seeing it at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. So you could get this. I think it was like less than $5 at Marshall's and TJ Maxx. I forgot how much I paid for this one, but I know I paid way more than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just, what do I want to do? I'm going to mix the gold one and the white one together. Should I spray my brush? Yeah. I'm going to do this first to see what the pigment looks like, but I'm just going to dabble into both. Oh yeah, look at that. Pretty. I'm gonna go ahead and take more of the gold one because I feel like I have more of the white one on my face. And again, don't be afraid, we're gonna blend this out right now. But look at that highlight. Whew. Baby, that looks good. Okay, I'm gonna get my dual fiber brush again and just blend. Kind of was starting to blend too hard, but more so right here, so that way you don't have that big old line. See, now it just looks, it looks splendid. It doesn't look like a line like it did a little bit ago. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side. Sorry if you could, oh shit, I tapped into the wrong one. I'm just gonna get my towel and dust it off a little bit. Okay, let's try this again. And do the other side. I like to bring it pretty far down, but then like I said, I blend it. And then I'm not gonna get any more product. I'm just gonna use whatever's left on the brush and do my nose. Do my lip, my cupid's bow. That is really pretty. And then again, just blend, 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 blend. Blending is gonna be your best friend, I promise you guys. If you guys have not done this technique before and you try it, let me know if you see a difference, because I know when I do, I see a huge difference. So yeah, so see, just all blended. Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh. Woo! I really do like this. I'm happy. Okay, so I didn't get nothing. I don't have a brow product. I usually stick to the same thing. It's rare that I change it up, but I'm trying to look for the one that I just always use. Oh yeah, it's right here. Okay. So for eyebrows, I just use brow gel, and the one that I really love and I started out using since the very beginning is this NYX Professional Makeup Tinted Brow Mascara in the shade Chocolate. This looks like this. This is my favorite brow gel in the entire world. I have tried others and nothing compares to this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a spoolie and just comb out these eyebrows. I need to get my eyebrows done so bad, but I just been really lazy. I don't like to get them done because I get really antsy sitting there getting them done, and I don't like when they start to use the tweezers underneath my eyes, I start to move a lot. So I try to avoid going to get my eyebrows done. I try to just do it myself at home, but yeah, they don't look too bad. At least I don't think, but whatever. And plus, we're in quarantine right now, so I don't even know if these places are open. I haven't got my nails done. I took them off because I needed to get another set, but an emergency came up, so I didn't end up getting them done. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get them done right now, just because I really like not having nails, because I could do more. I do like it, but then I don't like it. So I'm like, So for now, I'm just going to wait. I don't know if I'm going to do it like before Christmas or if I'm just going to hold off completely. We'll see. And then I'm going to get my spoolie once I just run through my eyebrows real quick. Just like that. You could tell a difference. This eye and this eyebrow. Eyebrow done, eyebrow not. So, and then of course the neighbors are gonna start to blast their music. Did I comb out this eyebrow? Not sure. That's the problem with this mic that I have. It picks up everything. Like, I know I've mentioned to you guys before, my boyfriend would be like in the living room and taking a nap, and you could literally hear him, like, so yeah, this thing picks up everything. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and comb it out real quick. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and get my sponge and just do the inside real quick right here, so it doesn't look so harsh. Yeah, that looks better. All right, and then let's see. So yeah, so I'm really still loving this quad from Makeup Revolution. So if you guys can find it, I highly recommend you swoop it up, because this is one of the best highlighters that I've used. Like, look at that. Oh, it is so pretty. Okay, trying to put it in back. You keep the thing because the what is it called, the cover for it, because this is where it has like the name of it, because on the actual package it doesn't have like what's the name or anything. It just says Makeup Revolution. So I like to keep this part so that way I know the name and all everything, you know. So yeah, so the next thing we're gonna do is mascara, and the mascara that I pulled out is from L'Oreal. It's the voluminous carbon black mascara. Just looks like this. I don't have too much mascaras opened up in my collection, so this was like the only one that's like older that I had open. And the ones that I do have in my collection, I usually just rotate them. So yeah, and I don't remember how I feel about this. Okay, mascara is on. It is looking really good. I do like the way my eyelashes look. I don't know if you could tell, but they do look volumized. They look nice. They don't look clumpy. I'm trying to figure out what I wanted to say. But yeah, so this is what the face is looking like. Now we're going to go ahead and do lips. I'm going to go ahead and just take off whatever foundation I have on my lips. And for lips, we're going to be using a lot of Wet n Wilds in this video today, huh? I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit matte lipstick in the shade Missy and Fierce. It's just a red lipstick that looks like this. I thought it would go with my Coca-Cola shirt that I'm wearing. So yeah, so I probably should have got a lip liner, but that's okay. I'm just going to use it like this. You can never go wrong with a good red lipstick. I love red. Ah, shit. Alright, so that's what the lipstick looks like. And then I'm just going to get my sponge and just kind of go around the edges a little bit. But yeah, that's what it looks like. Oh, I love this red lipstick. I just opened it up. It's been sitting in my collection. I have had that lipstick before, but I got another one because the other one was getting old. So I just opened this one up and I am loving it. Loving it, loving it, loving it. I think what I'm going to do, just to give me some color, let's see. I'm just going to get a fluffy brush. This is the Morphe M04 brush. I'm going to go ahead and just, whatever excess product I had from like another eyeshadow, I'm just going to try to take it off with my dirty towel that I have right here. I need to switch this towel off. I'm going to go ahead and clean it, and then what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm just going to get the bronzer that I was using from earlier and just throw some in the crease real quick. Again, a lot comes off, so I tend to go heavy-handed sometimes, so that's my fault. Yeah, just throw it in the crease. Doesn't have to be precise or anything, just real quick like that. And see, it looks like, oh yeah, that looks way better. And again, just throw it on. Oh yeah, I like that way better. Alright guys, so this is what it looks like. I'm really loving this makeup look.